Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do our February 2021 budget recap with you guys. I have been keeping you updated with our budget, and if you are new here, welcome. My name is Tiana. I do lifestyle, motherhood, and cleaning videos. And this year, we are really working down on cracking our finances. We want to get out of debt. We want to save. We want to build up an emergency fund, and eventually, we want to buy a house. So we have really been chiseling down our budget, and I have a spreadsheet here right in front of us, and I thought I would go through with you guys and do the whole February recap. So if that is something you're interested in, then make sure you watch till the end. And if you love budgeting and lifestyle videos, or even a little bit of cleaning here and there, then make sure you click that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Okay, so if you look onto our screen, I have a spreadsheet up over here, and this is a spreadsheet that I found of another YouTuber, so I will link it in the description box down below. It's really easy and you can just see everything in an overview format. I like it because it has like your budgeted expenses, and then it has your actual expenses, and it works out the difference. So I thought I would go through these and just basically recap everything. So this month I budgeted $6,236 for our incomes. However, we ended up making $6,696.90. We do have like some side hustle businesses like YouTube and photography, and we do like jobs here and there. My partner also works overtime in some areas, so that is why we have capped that budget. But our rent is $1,600 a month, and that didn't change. We budgeted $400 for groceries, and I'm really happy that we actually stayed within budget. I did do a in the last video, I like overestimated our budget, but when I went through and did like the final numbers, we actually were in that like buffer zone, so I rounded it up to $400. I always like to basically do our lowest possible income and our highest possible expenses and work it out that way. That way, if like there is an overflow of like bills, then we are kind of covered. We actually didn't end up paying any money on water this month, so we get like billed every 3 months for water. Sometimes they take it out of our rent. It's like a little confusing because our rent, water, and electricity are all through the same like real estate. It's not through like third parties. I always combine my household with groceries, so I don't know, I just buy it with groceries. I do want to try and split it up this coming month just to like really work out that budget. This is all like super new to me, like doing it in this format, so we are going through it together. So if I seem a bit like confused, I'm just as confused with you guys. Electricity, we budgeted $60 and I ended up paying $125. We ended up getting our bill in, so that just was to cover that. I do plan on eventually getting a month ahead of all expenses, so that's what I'm really going to try and work on this month. We had our phone bills, which were budgeted $116 for Lucas, and mine was $89. Again, that didn't change. Our daycare was extra expensive this month just because of like the Christmas period. It just kind of like made a little bit of confusion, and there was like some bills that I was behind on, so I had to like catch up on. Normally it is not that expensive, however, again, I had to like catch up on that, so it was $458 out of pocket. Our car insurance was $162. It did go up to $200, so I have to like take that into account for next time. It is now $50 a week, and I'm pretty sure it was like $40 a week or something. My car insurance, $27, hasn't changed. Fuel is such a big one because Luca commutes to work. He has to drive half an hour each way, and we have a lot of family up that end of the coast, so there's a lot of driving back and forth. Luca's car is also like a high performance car, so we have to like put the premium fuel price in that. That is why we spend so much money on fuel. So we budgeted $400 and we were probably closer to $450, $500. Entertainment, we budgeted $32 for entertainment. This month we felt a little flat. And you know, we always go through this, and I always think it's so important to prioritize your mental health, especially when budgeting. Like, you can't be perfect all the time, so we go really well and then we will feel really flat and we want to treat ourselves or do something like entertaining, so then we'll like go over our entertainment budget. But I feel like in the future I just have to budget that little bit more to like expect these things. So we ended up spending $50 on entertainment. For playgroup we budgeted $50 but only spent $30 because I ended up going down to New South Wales, and so we were there for a week and came back, and there was times where Theodore was sick, so we didn't spend too much money on playgroup, which is kind of good. But I know like that's not going to be the same every month because Theodore needs to have his outlet too. Eating out, oh my god guys, I swear when it comes to food we spend so much money. Like, I just cannot help myself. This is every single month. Our food budget is always over when it comes to like eating out. We like tried the whole no eating out and it always ends up like tripling the budget. So what happened was we budgeted $50 and then again we felt like sorry for ourselves, so we went and got a pizza here, or like we'd go out with friends and get a smoothie bowl, and you know, the next minute it just adds up. Or like we kind of get into the mindset of like, oh, we're making a little bit extra this month, or like we booked another shoot or like something like that, and then we would go and treat ourselves to some sushi. Oh my goodness guys, this month, the month of March, we're going to be much more mindful of the eating out budget. Okay, so the next one is miscellaneous, and guys, I was $450 over the miscellaneous budget, but within good reason. So we budgeted $50 for miscellaneous and we ended up spending $500 because, hear me out guys, hear me out. I went down to New South Wales and I'm just a little annoyed, and this goes to show, always read the fine print. So I booked my flights and I was gonna drive back with my friends, but like they had some stuff coming up, so they ended up not coming. So I had a flight voucher from when like we were meant to go to Bali last year. I had a $1,000 flight voucher and I booked my ticket down for $150. Oh, so annoyed. Anyway, went to book the return flight like a week later and went to use my voucher and it was saying that it wasn't working. So I went back and read the fine print, and apparently it's only eligible for one booking, and if you don't spend the rest then it is like not redeemable. So I basically lost like $900 on this flight and had to end up booking another flight back, which was $250 because it was like that week that I had to fly. So I made a really big financial mistake. So there you go guys, whenever it comes to flying or planes or anything related to travel, read the fine print. So that is part of the reason why that is so high. And also obviously when you're traveling, you're eating out. I was celebrating a lot of like things with family, so I tried to be very mindful, but you know how it is, it just adds up. So yeah, $450 over our miscellaneous budget, but you know how it goes. We will be much more mindful this month. Okay, our our Epidemic Sound subscription, $23, the same. Our Netflix was $15, and I will say guys that we actually cancelled our Netflix account because we just feel like we weren't using it. We feel like we utilize YouTube more, or like just online streaming things. So we actually cancelled it, so that will no longer be in March's budget. Spotify we do definitely use. We have the family subscription and that is $16. And our car expenses, we actually budgeted $160 for car expenses and only spent $30 because of my flat tire. It actually was able to get patched up instead of replaced, so that was really good. So our total income budget was $3,778. And our actual budget ended up being $4,259, and oh my goodness, that is like a little bit more than what I really wanted it to be. Okay, moving on to our debt category. So it is in the peach color here, and we ended up budgeting $1,300 for car repayments, and we decided that we wanted to actually pay $1,200 a month and use the rest of that money to save. So at the start of the month, the car repayment was at $24,000, and at the end of the month, it is now at $22,800, which is amazing. We are slowly chipping away at this debt, and it just feels really good. We have a zip payment, which is $40 a month. At the beginning of the month, it was $420, and at the end of the month, it is $380. Again, chipping at this debt. Luca has to pay back his dad for lending some money for an emergency situation, so that is $350 that we had budgeted. We only paid $50, which we are definitely going to prioritize this month, and so we only owe $300 now. We do have Afterpay that was originally $120, but ended up being $220. And then at the start of the month, it was $120. And then at the end of the month, I ended up paying a huge chunk off. So there's only $161 owing. So our budgeted expenses was $1,810. Our actual expenses ended up being $1,510. So primarily I want our actual expenses to be higher than the budgeted expenses, but it was around $300 lower. So it's a good effort though. And you know what? It's the effort that counts. So I am proud of that. So our saving items, which is my favorite category, it is the purple box, and we ended up budgeting $252 for our emergency fund. We saved $110. A lot of our expenses went into bills this month, as you would have saw, but it's the little effort that counts. Our bills and expenses fund account, which is a new account that I decided to chuck in, is budgeted $10 because I literally chucked it in last week, and ended up saving $10. Our family savings, we wanted to aim for $346. We ended up saving $210. So the beginning balance was $180 and the end balance was $210. So I'm pretty happy with that. Our business saving, so my photography business account was budgeted at $50. I made a $500 sale, spent $450, and the beginning budget was $200, but the end budget, not so good. It was $10. We had, again, a lot of bills come out this month, so it was good to have that buffer. Our savings accounts, we want to open, we want to do our personal savings accounts, and the budget was $50 each. We didn't end up saving anything for ourselves, so not really the biggest priority at the moment. We have a baby saving fund, and I know what you're thinking, guys, am I pregnant? No, I'm not pregnant, but I do plan on having another baby in the future, and I want to budget for that baby. So we have a baby savings account, and we budgeted $100. We only saved $20 in the end. So actually no, it was $30, so let's change that. Theodore has a room fund. We want to do up his room, so I like opened up a separate little account for that. So we budgeted $50 and we ended up saving $25, so I was pretty impressed with that. It's just something small and I'd love to like have it completely done by his birthday. We have a celebrations account, so this is birthdays and Christmases and any like extra celebrations that come up. We budgeted $50 but only saved $30. Oh, I skipped one, guys, sorry. Theodore has his savings account, and this is an account that I really prioritize. We budgeted $50 for that. I ended up putting $20 in. At the beginning of the month, he had $1,140. At the end of the month, he had $1,170. And the reason why it is a little bit more than what I actually paid was because me and his dad both contribute to this account. So this is an account that we want to give to him when he is 21, and we hope to save up like $21,000 to be able to gift to our child. I'd love to do that with all my children. Even if we don't meet those big targets, I'd love to just help them out financially as they reach adulthood. And so I don't know, like, because we work off a $0 base budget. I don't know where this $12 went from. I don't know where it went. I can't tell you guys, but we ended up having like $12.10 left over. So it probably went on food or a little like Kmart order. So I think like this is like our first time obviously using the spreadsheet, and I'm still getting used to like how the layout goes and like filling it in and keeping it updated. So I just wanted to like be really real and raw with you guys, and we are definitely not perfect. I think it's the effort that counts, and if you're making a good effort and trying to pay off as much debt and trying to save as much money as possible, I also think it's so important to try and live your life as well, because we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. So it's all about finding that balance. But I hope you enjoyed this February recap. If you did, give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and I will see you in our March starting budget. So bye guys.